Toyota just killed the competition with the new Fortuner. But we all know that the competition has been tough lately, so how did they manage to make the Fortuner the best? Well, what else would you expect when you make an SUV that is as powerful, capable, and just all-round great? If you have ever had a Fortuner, then you know that it is no slouch, and now they've made it even better. You see, Toyota has understood something crucial. They fixed what was not working and improved what did. That is why the 2024 model is a game changer. Let me explain. The truth is, Toyota is always going to stick to its old ways. Build a car that is reliable and durable, and then the rest of the features are extras. They don't matter that much, and it has been working for years. It just makes sense. But there is more to the new Fortuner, and that doesn't mean that they've lost their way on this one. No, in fact, this is one of the best SUVs in that regard. But there is a reason that the Fortuner has sometimes been put in the shadows of the Land Cruiser, and to many people, they think it is because it's not good enough. But that's not the case. The reason is that this SUV is made for a specific type of person, and I have to say that the fact that they did not make a seismic shift from last year's model is really good. Because while all the tweaks and tunes are spot on, it is not a fully fledged revamp that tackles the nitty-gritty. And that is a good thing, because Toyota is already working on the next level of upgrades, and the next year model is going to be a new generation model, with a lot of things being redesigned. The next one will be a total makeover, much like the Land Cruiser's transformation. So, for the die-hard fans of the current Fortuner, it is the last chance you have to snag what could be the best of its breed. And in my opinion, it is the best Fortuner ever made, thanks to one main thing. I mean, come on. Even the base model comes with a 2.7-litre 4-cylinder gasoline engine that kicks things off at a hearty 164 horsepower and a solid 180 pound-feet of torque. That's plenty of power for your everyday roundabouts. But if you're one of those who are always craving an extra jolt, there's the beefier 4-litre V6. This powerhouse amps it up to a hefty 278 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque. Both engines are paired with a smooth, 6-speed automatic transmission, offering a choice between all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive to match your driving style. But these engines are more than just numbers. They're the heart of what makes the car stand out, empowering it with towing prowess and off-road agility. But things get even better with Toyota's unveiling of a new hybrid contender, poised to shame its predecessors and all its rivals. The Fortuner raises the bar with a mild hybrid setup that gives you enhanced fuel economy and a lighter ecological imprint. At its core lies a sturdy 2.8-litre 4-cylinder diesel engine, harmonized with a 48-volt electric motor and lithium-ion battery, ready to redefine efficiency in motion. Alright, buckle up for the juicy part. This beast flexes with 201 horsepower and a massive 369 pound-feet of torque, turning this SUV into a dynamo of might. Plus, the hybrid technology takes the load off the diesel engine, particularly when you're pulling weight or adventuring through the wild, cutting down fuel use and emissions by 10% compared to the old model. The off-road chops? Absolutely stellar. The diesel's robust low-end torque, juiced up by the electric motor, makes going through rough terrain and steep climbs a breeze. Coupled with the Fortuner's slick 4-wheel drive system, this SUV is a force to be reckoned with, acing city escapades and wilderness conquests like nothing. So, if you've been thinking of towing your boat for some lakeside fun or hitching your camper for a mountain retreat, the Fortuner's on it. This rig boosts the towing limit to a hefty 6,800 pounds. Yeah, that's 800 more than before. That's not just an upgrade, it's a game changer, catapulting it to the top of the mid-size SUV league. Is anyone really shocked at this point? This beast is built to shoulder the heavy lifting, flexing its muscles to prove it's not just show. But to be honest, there is something we need to talk about. You see, it's a top contender in the SUV arena, no doubt, but it's not without competition that swayed buyers away. If you knew the full story, you might be swayed too. After all, an upgrade's only as good as the problems it solves, and the Fortuner isn't without its hiccups. Let me explain. We all know that the Fortuner boasts a spacious cabin that's big on size, but to some people, the materials could use an upgrade, and the craftsmanship doesn't quite hit the mark when stacking against its competitors. Toyota's clued in with the new model though, and they're hatching a plan to patch things up. And while we're talking space, the third-row seating might have adults feeling a bit cramped, so even all the new tweaks aren't bulletproof. They're missing a few crucial pieces. Plus, it's missing a few of those snazzy modern features that are becoming the norm in other SUVs. But hey, let's not get bogged down in the nitty-gritty. This is a minor issue. Who needs all the bells and whistles that are not practical because, in my opinion, the interior does the job decently enough, mirroring the exterior's tough, athletic vibe. And really, the Fortuner has got looks that turn heads. Those piercing LED headlights, the commanding grille with its chic honeycomb design, and that unmistakable Toyota emblem make quite the statement. Not to mention the robust bumper, complete with a generous air intake, fog lights, and a gleaming chrome skid plate that all scream class. But we're just getting warmed up. Take a stroll around the side and you'll be greeted by gleaming chrome door handles, sturdy roof rails, practical side steps, and bold wheel arches that amplify the Fortuner's commanding presence. The other cool thing is that the wheel options span from 17 to 20 inches, giving you the freedom to personalize your ride down to the last detail. Swing around to the rear and you're met with sleek LED taillights, linked by a refined chrome bar that adds a dash of sophistication to the Fortuner's robust frame. But at the end of the day, even though I think Toyota has done such a great job, we can't say that it is the best SUV design-wise, because, as the saying goes, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But they made sure to include a wide range of customizations. This is good because the idea of a universal fit just doesn't cut it anymore, especially with a fanbase as vast as Toyota's. Crafting an SUV that pleases every soul out there is like finding a needle in a haystack, and let's face it, the current trend is all about tailor-made functionality. If any company does not understand this, then they're screwed. This is the way the industry is going, and if they didn't find a way to solve their problems creatively, then they would just be making a useless product. Let me explain. The real talk of the town is the Fortuner's body roll and handling. Its body-on-frame build means you'll feel a bit of sway when you're taking those turns. Some people are after a ride that handles more like a sedan, smooth and steady. And let's not gloss over the suspension noise. Some older model Fortuner drivers have noticed it gets a bit grumbly over the bumpy stuff. It's a point of contention considering the Fortuner pitches itself as the comfy yet capable off-road champ. But give respect where it's due. Toyota's rolling up its sleeves to iron out those pesky ride quality kinks. They are revamping the game by anchoring it all on a spanking new platform. It's a heavyweight in stiffness, yet a featherweight in mass compared to its ancestors, promising to elevate handling and ride comfort to new heights. Plus, it's boasting improved ground clearance, approach and departure angles, and a four-wheel drive system that's way better. The suspension system got a fresh upgrade too, with a double wishbone concoction up front and a multi-link mix at the rear, guaranteeing a ride that's buttery smooth across all sorts of landscapes. And here's the kicker. You can fine-tune the suspension to your heart's content. So now, the question we should be asking is how Toyota is competing with the rest of the market. How does it stack up against the big dogs? Now you need to understand that pricing is heavily influenced by the company's strategy. And if that is happening, then what is Toyota's strategy? Well, they're adapting to it by crafting distinct models for distinct crowds. And don't take our word for it. Look at the new Land Cruiser. It shed about $25,000 compared to its forebearers, pivoting towards versatility and capability over sheer opulence. The Fortuner, though, is charting a different course. It's upping the ante on luxury, zeroing in on sprucing up the interior and features. But let's not beat around the bush. This shift spells a trade-off, a price bump. And let's just say that the sticker shock is real, but not as steep as you might think. The base model's price tag has nudged up just a smidge, starting at about $53,000, with the top-tier models potentially revving up to $66,000. What they did with the new Fortuner is a win-win if you ask me, because if you wanted a full revamp and you weren't patient enough to wait for the next one, then Toyota has already made the perfect alternative for you. And don't worry, the price is not that different. I'm talking about the new Land Cruiser. Think about it, it has a lot of similarities, although it is more focused on off-road capabilities and rugged appeal. Honestly, It's a really good SUV. There is a reason why it's been selling like hotcakes, plus it has that Toyota charm. It is an SUV that is poised to get better with each new release, making your upgrade path smoother than a freshly paved road. And let's be real, the Land Cruiser's got a few tricks up its sleeve that the Fortuner hasn't quite mastered. But if you want the full lowdown, check out our channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you there.